cancer is far more than a race. It's a marathon. Throughout 2021, on the days that I didn't think I was gonna die, I wanted to die. No, not because I was suicidal. It was just from the agony that I was going through. I wanted to go home to be with the Lord.
If you're a Christian and you love the Lord, then you understand what I mean. And that is that, you know, I love life. I don't want to die.
You know, when I think back in 2016, it was weighed on my heart becoming a father at 49 years of age. Wow! I was so filled with the awe of God that on the day of his birth, I could hardly breathe, much less speak.
I feel like the Lord is going to heal me of this. He put the right people in the right places, and he's also allowed this cancer in my life for reasons that I don't know. As far as I can tell, God has answered every prayer that I've ever made. And sometimes his answer is yes. Sometimes his answer is wait. And sometimes his answer is no. But he's answered every one of them. Now, one of the things that I've wanted more in life than anything, that I would hope that God would give me and bless me with, is my own family, my own wife and children. Throughout my life, I have seen men and women get married, have children, and go their whole life together the way God intended it to be. And that is the greatest treasure behind salvation that I saw in my life. And I want to see my son grown. I want to get my son grown. I want to raise my little boy.
His first night at home, his mom wanted him in his crib in his room. Well, that lasted for minutes. I couldn't sleep. All I could think about was my son is in the other room. A little boy that I have waited for so much in my life. One that I thought I would never have. Finally, I just told his mom, I can't take it. I've got to bring him in here. And I went and got him, brought him to the arms of his mom, and I brought his crib in there and put it right by the bed. With all that goes on in the world, in the lives of our children, what they're being taught, the things that they're watching, things that they're being fed. In 2016, I knew I needed to make a change. From a career that was taking me away from home so many hours, missing meals, missing time, that I now needed to focus on as being a dad. So in 2016, I started looking into lawn care. I not only see God's hand at work through this disease, but I see the wonderful gift he gave in making it able to buy the equipment. If I had waited any longer, there's no way I could have bought anything. After studying it for a while, I realized that I could make my own hours. My job could be scheduled around my son, my family. The hard part is that I had to start working 80 hours a month overtime to make this happen. And God gave me the strength to do it.
I think God gave me our little boy for this time.
I saved every dime I could. I pinched every penny I could find. And I began buying the equipment and investing into something that was going to change my life, that was going to enrich the life of my son with his father, something that so many children today are deprived of. While the life of a mother in a child's life is so important, it is as equally as important as their life with a father. So for 3 years, by God's grace, I was able to accomplish what I set out to do. With in-depth study, research, and examining every piece of equipment, I was able to acquire exactly what I needed to get my business off the ground. What I didn't expect was the cancer. November and December of 21, and January and February of this year, The agony was so great that I earnestly thought I was going to die, to the point that my pastor and I were literally contemplating my funeral. But God, the two most powerful words ever known to man, but God. He quickened my heart, He renewed my mind, and He became my strength when I was weak, and I began making those changes that are necessary to overcome this disease. Friend, if you're going through this, there's gonna be days when you just don't think you're gonna make it. I know, I've been there. I know what it's like to feel completely alone, dismissed by everyone, completely separated from the world, with all the temptations that this beautiful world has to offer. It's also filled with great distress, pain, and suffering. Cancer is one of those things. Set those goals for yourself. By His grace and by His glory, He has sustained me through every step. Now in 2022, I have focused on getting my business going again. Nearly reaching 2 years since the cancer was discovered. My treatments also continue. I don't know if I'm just getting used to the pain and the damage that it's done, but whatever the case, I get up every day now, brush my teeth, comb my hair, thank the Lord for the day, thank Him for the breath that's in my lungs, the gift that He gave me in a family, my son. Every day now I'm concerned. Am I going to be able to pay bills next month? But God, I know that He's going to take me through it. I know that I will be victorious. And I know that years from now, I will be able to look back and say, see what He did? That's what's going on in my life. I don't know what's going on in yours.
Whatever's going on in your life, I know you have challenges too. Don't let them make you bitter, but better.
I don't know your situation, but I know you're facing something like you've never faced before. Death has crossed your mind, and it should, because we're definitely going to see that day. That is the wages of sin. Oh, that's an unpopular message, isn't it? To men, yes. But why do we focus so much in pleasing men? Oh, that can be helpful, but isn't it more important and a priority that we please God? I think so. Find the strength to make those changes in your life that are necessary to survive this disease. It starts up here, and in here, find the will to live. For me, it's my little boy. What is yours? Don't say that you don't have one. There is one. In fact, there are many. But you have to find out what they are.
We're going to conquer this. It seems like every storm I've went through, He's used it to draw me closer to Him. A lot of us seem to think that God will never put anything on us that we cannot bear. I don't believe that. Don't be angry with me. I just don't believe that. I believe God will put more on you than you can bear.
A mother loves their children so much that they want to be there for their every need. But a dad will let their children fail. Why would a dad do that to his own kids? That's where the balance comes in. And why our children need their mother and their father equally. So God created man in His own image. In the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them. If it wasn't for the trials that we go through in our life, we would have no reason to turn to Him. Throughout this summer, I've begun working steadfast on getting my strength back up again. Yes, it's hard. Every day is hard, but even an athlete will tell you, no pain, no gain. And when I push my body to the limits, you have to find the limit and then reach that limit every day. A few months ago, I began working on getting my business going again by getting the equipment ready, driving neighborhoods to mail out postcards to. The mornings are the hardest, but in the afternoon, I find the strength to get out and do these things. And I stay busy. Right now, I'm working on a video of installing a grass bagger on one of my lawnmowers, and it's been exhaustive. It took me 2 weeks to make the first video. It's only 20 minutes long. I work on the equipment for a little bit till I feel I can't go no more, and then I rest. You can't sit still. You have to find something to do. Yeah, rest when you have to, but stay busy. Set goals for yourself. I had a goal of releasing part 2 of the install on this video this Friday. But working on part 1, I found the limit as to what I could do, and it's been exhaustive. If you don't meet that goal, then rest. Regroup your strength, but then get back at it. Now, I'm going to continue to do that all through the winter. Come this spring, Lord willing, I will have the strength to get my business going. So many people are unnecessarily losing their lives to this disease just because they've given up. Cancer is not just a race. It is a marathon. Examine what you're eating. Examine the matters of your heart. Find out what the limits are of what you can do physically and reach those limits daily. Be encouraged, for we are here for a time such as this. When I enter that beautiful city and all the saints around me appear, I hope that someone will tell me, it was you who invited me here. Corrie ten Boom. As my battle with cancer continues, God has used it to enrich my life and drawing me near to Him every day. Folks tell me, you don't need to talk about God. No one will ever watch your videos. That's not true. He's watching. Starting out with the idea that I was gonna begin a lawn care channel documenting the journey, cancer has certainly caused me to re-examine my thoughts on that. Through the blessings of a disease that threatens my life, I see God's mighty hand at work more and more each day. I simply cannot see myself moving forward with anything in my life now, lest He be in it. God bless you, friend.